Hello Harstem, it's me, your flying dragon boy. Look, I found infestors are so imba, even much more imba than the flying dragon. In this game I did a push with 3 oracles and 1 immortal when the Zerg is transitioning into mutas. As my micro was stats alike, it was a great timing attack. He pulled out all his drones and struggled to hold it with a poor 1 base economy remaining. While I have 3 bases and a healthy worker amount, I defended against innumerable mutas with shield batteries and stalkers, and then I switched into Phoenix. Finally, when I reached a certain amount of Phoenixes, it's my turn to push back and make him pay. However, unexpected infestors crushed all my troops and my dream of victory. Infestors easily finished off my ground units and armada as if they were playing with a bunch of shiny plastic toys. How on earth can he make so many infestors after producing so many mutas? I mean, they're all so gas expensive, right? It's impossible for Protoss to have Phoenixes and High Templars with 16 workers. Fungalos are fatal to all Protoss units, as my units are all expensive and clumsy. You must watch this replay. Trust me, after that you feel the necessity to delete this broken unit, or raise as well. My friend is 5.5k in Korea server, and this game, which I had the chance, was really broadened my horizon. I have no clue what the last line means, but I know what the lines before it mean. It means we have a second timer. Mr. Flying Dragon himself, the man who complained about mutas originally, my Chinese friend. Welcome back, first of all. Glad to see you're still playing Derivative. He's called. Sent me this replay, complaining about infestors this time. Now, there was some mutas in here, but it seems like he learned at least a little bit from his last run-in with IODIS. And he didn't complain about the mutas anymore. He built Phoenixes and was fine against it apparently. But now infestors are the issue here. They easily crushed his units like they were some plastic shiny toys. I haven't seen many shiny plastic toys, but I'd love to see them. Once I read this, I got this email, this email, and I was like, oh my god, this is so good. I put on my sweater, which I bought in China last year in Chongqing. I was like, I gotta go. I didn't really want to wake up this morning. I was in bed. I checked my phone and I see this email from Derivative. I'm like, okay, this is it. It's time to go. And here we are. Oh man, this is gonna be good. I'm really hyped for this. So yeah, obviously our main thing here is to figure out whether Derivative sucks for a second time, so a double suck, or if the infestor is broken. And the infestor is a unit that has been broken in the past. So why isn't it broken still? You might be wondering. That's a good question. That's a very good question. We see just standard openings coming from both players. Of course, we have Chrono Boost on the Adapt, good Stargate timing. This guy knows what he's doing. He's about 5k MMR on the Korean server. Like, he's a solid player, Derivative. Even last time I remember, his opening wasn't that bad. Stargate, probably just gonna go into Oracles, like he said. And then the first thing, of course, we want to be looking at is how well does he do with the Oracle harass. Is he just gonna be standing there? Is he gonna be sleeping around? Sleeping around, I hope not, but is he gonna stay there sleeping is what I meant. If your Oracle sleep around, you have whole other issues on your hands. That's messed up. How was your time with the Queens? Yeah, it was alright. We got speed on the way, first Oracle, second Gateway, a couple of adapts, third adapt is on the way here, and after 3 adapts he should be taking his Nexus. If you're playing Oracle as an opener, you should be getting Nexus before you get your assimilators. Now, sometimes you see players, they're like, oh, but Trap takes his assimilators before the 3rd. That's correct, and Trap does that if he sacrifices his first 2 adapts. Because with 2 adapts early on, you're always going to be able to get that 3rd base up very, very quickly. So I kind of expected this. This is a very common mistake for low GM players to high masters, where they take gases and don't focus enough on mineral economy. So it's a small error getting Robo before 3rd base. It's very old school, this. This is what we played in mid-2019, maybe mid-2018. I can't quite remember which year it was. I think 2019, so like last year. Like 13, 14 months ago we played like this. Not really a fan of it anymore though. It's kind of been figured out. Opponent gets Overlord speed, which is good as well. We see for adepts being shaded down, so even warping 2 more adepts. This base is about 30 seconds, 35 seconds late. It's not ideal, really. It's probably gonna get a decent trade here, though, if the Zerg decides to fight this. I'm gonna be focusing mainly on these oracles. I don't think... no, won't fall. Okay, so these 2 oracles. I'm not sure if they're sleeping around with the queens, but they were a little bit too kind for them. So 0 kills so far. And then he's just gonna park them in this little area for... yeah, for how long? How long are you gonna... I like that he keeps selecting them. He's just spamming the hotkeys. He keeps selecting them again and again, not actually doing anything with it. This is not good. So the faster you do damage with your order, keep selecting them. Why are you doing that? Stop doing that. If you're not gonna use them, stop selecting them. Okay, there we go. The earlier you do damage, the better it is. And then... I like this guy pulled away all of his work. Ooh, my gases are being stasis. They just pull all my works to the left. What was this? What was that? Derivative, my man. Why would you do that? 6 gates? So going up to 8, that's too many. 6 gate actually is the maximum you want to get with this push. I'm familiar with this push. This push also hitting too late, by the way. I already knew that, of course. I could smell it coming. It's gonna be too late. He should be moving across the map already. If you're really playing fast, especially with double oracle. The problem with 8 gate is that you can't really produce out of 8 gate. If you continuously producing out of 6 gate, you get the gates a bit earlier, it's fine. You can even fit in a couple of probes easier. Because if you're doing these big pushes, you actually do want to get some probes, even if you do kill a 3rd base. Now, really all the harass he's done so far is kill tumors. He actually killed not a single drone, which is impressive, because there's only 4 queens. This middle base is really vulnerable, and even though there's double spores on the sides, 4 queens is not enough, because you're only going to have a double queen on one of the bases. Oracle should be dealing with these links. Very important that you have some... is that... This is not how you deal with link run-bys. You can't just leave 7 stalkers at home, dude. What you do is you get a single battery, and you leave both of your oracles at home. Or you even just follow the links. But this is not what you're supposed to do. Absolutely not. It is half of his army. Against a run-by, that might not even happen. He sends it over at the right... Okay, you should still leave sword home. Yeah, this is insane. You should never play like this. That's a no-no. He lost an oracle. He's playing at 77 drones. If he doesn't straight up kill his opponent, there's something wrong with the build, or you know it. He's hitting at 7 minutes and 20 seconds. That's like a solid minute 10 seconds too late. Even with a triple oracle, this would be a minute too late, a minute and 20 seconds too late. I mean, the fight is going well. The other guy literally has no units, except 17 mutas on the way. I feel like his opponent can just pull the drones with the mutas and probably win. If he fights this with 70 drones and 17 mutas, he's probably just okay. But yeah, I mean, it does look pretty good. There's no pro production behind this. Oh, he lost his prison. His answer was to warp in 8 sentries at home. I love the decision making. Sometimes you just gotta love the decision making. He sees the mutas. Do we have Phoenix production yet? No, not yet. So he still believes he can win. He's floating a solid 1k 500 during this. Now I understand why he's not building Phoenixes in some ways, where it's like, ah, come on, like, there's no way I'm losing this, right? I killed everything. I can kind of dig that. He's 8 sentries making their way across the map now. I mean, this should be kind of okay. You just walk over here, you kill the workers here, you go into the main, kill some workers there, and you're completely fine. Actually, he needs to recall at this point, yeah. Do we now have Phoenix production? Okay, he finally restarts pro production on one of the bases. Wait a second. He said 16 workers, didn't he? You little prick. Hey, check to be sure. 16 workers, 1 base. He said 1, he lied. He lied. This is 32 workers, that's 2 base saturation, and there's 2 bases remaining. This changes things. This is like, some of you guys probably have kids, yeah? When you have kids, and they got in a fight with another kid, the story of your kid is always going to be that he or she did nothing wrong, and the other kid did everything wrong. I remember, I was a kid. I always was like, well, he just started punching me for no reason. Not telling the fact that I first threw sand at them and called him an annoying prick. But this is kind of what my man derivative did here. And I almost just skipped over it. This is not one base. This is literally, this is two base. There's two bases. There's basically two base saturation. You lied. That's not very nice. I don't like that. What do you have now? 13 mutas, not a single phoenix. Okay, first phoenix comes out. About a minute after he spotted the first muta. So there could be about 2-3 phoenixes out already. Now, still fine position. Don't get me wrong. He's up 17 workers. The only thing really lacking is upgrades at this point. There's batteries in every base. Okay, maybe the main base is going to be a bit rough to hold without losing too many workers. Should send a couple of stalkers there. Some nice anticipation by my man derivative. I see the lessons from last time haven't been completely learned yet. Against the mutas. Anticipation is difficult to find in this game, but you know, I dig it. We can live with it. We can live with it. He managed to. He lost 6 workers. Okay. Unit loss still in favor of our man derivative, and his opponent's not building any drones. He's building 4 now, but that's really it. Just 2 phoenixes. Batteries are good. Double Stargate production. I wouldn't mind seeing a Forge and a Twilight being thrown down at this point. I mean, you gotta start thinking about the future. Also, +1 on air probably is a good plan. If you're getting double Stargate Phoenix, +1 helps so much with these double attacks that Phoenixes have. I'd really recommend that. No worker production for quite a while now, I feel like. We just see very slow work, no chrono boost being used. Ooh, for a second I thought we were going to get 3 full energy nexi. But we only have 2, and then 1 half full. So that's 300 energy. Luckily there's nothing that is kind of urgent, like chrono boosting out Phoenixes. There we go. Yes, good job. We're doing it together. 42 works against 38, so income is relatively equal. The one thing that probably, this is what confused derivative obviously, is this guy is on 38 workers, but is mining from 6 gas, and it's probably going to be mining from 8 gas soon, so it's going to just be able to get a lot of gas out. These units are very gas intensive, that's actually correct, both mutas and infestors. Here we have the pathogen glands, of course, the energy upgrade for the infestors, and now at this point, the mutas are practically useless. If he had +1 at this point, he's just going to absolutely blast these muta lists. Yeah, like it's just over. You can chase them wherever, and it's just going to end. Like that's it. I like that he doesn't chase. He doesn't quite know what's there. There might be hydras or something. Hello? Okay. No, just make sure. Okay. Wait, what? Okay, he just moved out with everything. He was like, you know what? I have a lead in absolutely everything. Let me give that up by moving out, leaving nothing behind, and having 8 links kill my eco on the 3rd. It's a good plan. That's a very good plan. Where's this guy going? I love it. Okay, now it warps in a couple of adapts. Okay, set up mining again at this base, you say. Continue worker production. There's some slight oversaturation in the natural, but it's all good. Okay, you see spines on the high ground. You see infestors. You see a base over here. This is over. Let's just kill these drones and kill this base, and the game is over. It's really as simple as that. No? You can lift them, yeah. Okay. Well, that's it then. He's rallying probes across the map. That's probably for Manor Nexus. My man derivative here, he was looking into the future. Like, such an easy win against these noob flying dragons. Okay, now this is one of those moments in your life where you have to make a decision. And there's really only one correct decision here, and that's recalling. If you look at this situation, right, we see 2 nexi still alive. We have 34 workers. And on top of that, this represents about 60 of the opponent's army, which is just going to be killed for free if you recall these phoenixes right now. Is recall available? Recall is available. So all my man derivative here needs to do is recall, chase these bad boys away, re-establish a base, and then you're playing against someone who has 5 workers in his main base, and a bunch of infestors and a nidus. Instead, what we do, we give up the third, we give up the natural, we move up a ramp into 4. I feel like he's just doing it to be on the show at this point. There's no way you're telling me this is what a grandma... I'm surprised he doesn't force field himself into a smaller square so the fungal can hit more. It's like, I don't think he's quite hitting enough yet. And he still gets in. This is the worst part. But it is... What? So all he wanted to do was kill 4 spines. Did he just lose his entire army to kill 4 spines and then teleport out? Mission complete. This is insane. He's flaming him. I really want to know what this says. I just can't imagine. He just walked up a ramp to clear 4 spines. He didn't need to... That's like if this was a James Bond movie, and James Bond does all the things that he does, you know, he just kills some bad guys, lots of fighting, gets poisoned by his potential girlfriend, and then in the end he just grabs like a butt scratcher. It's like, oh, finally I got what I need, and he scratches his butt and throws it out, then walks back. It's like, I feel like you could have just ordered one on Amazon. It's like, probably would have been easier. Like, was this all really necessary? He's actually just gonna lose to the mutas. But the infestor is still here, so there's a nidus. This is insane. He's still outmining his opponent as well. That's the best part. He even could have done that as long as he didn't just give away his phoenixes for free. He's gonna move out again. I mean, he cleared the spines earlier, so there's no way these spines have been rebuilt, right? He comes back, there's 5 spines. Dang it, they grow back. There's no way. My man, the flying dragon. Oh. That's so painful to watch. 47 supply. Goes over, kills an extractor. I mean, what's he thinking? What goes on in his mind? Derivative. What? He thinks it's a base trade, but he forgets there's a base in the main. Base is under attack. I have no clue what he's doing. There's a storm on this? No, there's no storm. Of course not. Why would I even think? Oh, it's for feedback. This is the feedback Templar. I just don't know what he's doing. He's gonna go back now? If he walks up another... There's more! There's no way. If he keeps going, I just know what he was doing. Why would he do the things that he is doing? Why? It's another extractor? That's the 3rd extractor he gets. He's doing good business. He left this one alive. Let me leave this at 55 HP. Did they regain health? Yeah, they do. They do. Dang it, infestors. What now? GG. 2, 3, 3, 3. What am I supposed to say? What actually am I supposed to say here? His start was good. Well, semi-good. A lot of things went alright. The start wasn't great. Some build order mistakes. But he got in a great position. Then the first move out, I already was a little bit suspicious of, right? He's up like 15 workers against a Zerg. He hard countered the composition. All he needs to do is just get like, if he gets like 4 charge lots, the game's just over, you know? He can even just harass with the Phoenixes at that point, but he sends his entire army across the map, loses a base in the base trade. But even then, he's up 1 base against a Zerg that has no units that can fight. It has support units and units that are good in base trades. So what you do is you just sit at home, you get a third, and you win the game. You just get your Archons out or whatever, and you just harass with the Phoenixes if you want. You can keep him at home to defend the units. It doesn't matter. He didn't do nothing. Then he walks on top of a ramp, actually maximizing the damage the Fungals could do, and he loses. I feel like the message didn't quite arrive last time, so I'm gonna try it in your own language. Niet tijdzeilen. You suck, my friend. And you suck real good. That's it for today. I hope you did enjoy this episode of IMBA-ness. Is it more Do I Suck? If you did enjoy it, there's more over there. And don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. So smash the like button, as these things do help me a lot. Thanks all for watching, and see y'all next time. Bye bye.